Alright, so today's video is just an update on the 2017 project here behind me. Front end collision, if you followed me for a while, you've seen a couple videos of it before. I had it running, made sure everything was fine first. But just going to go around the car and update on what I figured out and what stuff I got. I just picked up something today, which I'll show you. It's on the trailer. We'll check that out a little bit. It's pretty bad also. Yeah, just going to give a good update on this car and just to let you guys know where I'm at with it. Alright, so today I happened to pick up a bunch of good stuff thanks to my buddy Greg. I found another donor shell which is outside, which I'll use the front frame rails for, and any of the metal that I need to replace the front aprons, because it was hit on the side, which I'll show you in a second. It's pretty bad, but everything that I need on it is untouched, so it's a good donor car for this. I also need a front K-member. As you can see from the last video, that one's twisted there. So I need a K-member yet before I would even start mocking up the front end, but engine's still sitting there. Just going to get cleaned up. I'll paint the valve covers, possibly an intake on that. But the Mustang is stripped even more. I have everything pretty much stripped in the engine bay completely because I'm going to be changing most of that front end stuff. My plan is now I'm going to cut the rails in the middle of the front of the K-member bolts, so it's really well supported on both sides, because that's after where the frame damage stops on both sides, so that will be good. I'm going to leave the shock towers in and just replace from the aprons, and then the top rails I'll replace back to where they meet at the factory joints there. So in the end, everything will look like it was never changed, and everything will be back to where it needs to be. Interior, I stripped out a bunch of that to get to the airbags that were blown. I did a bunch of stripping on the outside to get it so it's easy to paint. Remove those drip rail channels, the moldings. I got to remove the door handles yet. Mirrors. I moved some of that weather strip just to make everything easier, but pulled the wheel bag, door panels so I can get to the inside to get the mirrors off, but I pulled the headliner out so I can get to this bag that's blown here. Also pulled the knee airbag out, and I need that piece that goes here with the I guess it would be like a change holder. The spring in it, or however it clamps when you push it in, is broken. And the rest is pretty good. I took apart that side of the door to also get that mirror off and everything, because I'm going to respray pretty much the whole car, probably not the roof, just because that's fine. But there's little dings throughout this car. That one, of course, is on the crease there. But if I can pull them, I'm going to try and pull them first before I put any filler in it. I needed a tail light, and that's on the donor car that I got today. I got a passenger side tail light. I need to fix this end back here because it was tapped in the back also during the accident. As you can see, the ripples in there. And there's a little bit of just a hint of where I'm going with this car. Those are the Shelby wheels. They're 20 by, I believe, 11. They're huge. And I powdered them Milwaukee Brewers Gold. I just like the way that pops with the car. I have a bunch of carbon fiber stuff, which I think I've shown in some of my other videos. Another buddy hooked me up. I got some headlights now. If anyone needs some wheels, I have the wheels that you might have seen in the other videos off of it. They're 19s by 9 and 19 by 10. I got some 18, 19 fenders that I need to sell, so I can get the right ones. And today, here's some of the parts I scored today. I got factory radiator, which was untouched in that car that I got outside. Fans, the wipers, which actually it broke one of the arms, the aluminum pieces on this car, and the front wiring harness I got from this guy because some of mine were clipped off. The connections were clipped off in the accident for the headlights, fog lights, and stuff like that, so that makes it a little bit easier to go forward on that. But that's pretty much all the updates on this car. There's another dent, of course, on this side, right in the crease also. And there's another little one down here. But all that will be fixed before I paint it. So I'm going to bring in that other car eventually, which it has no wheels on it. So I'm going to put it in here right beside it so I can use that to measure off of before I start cutting either one apart. Just so I know where everything should be before I start going to town on it. But that's enough with this one. Let's take a walk outside and we'll check out the donor car for this one. Alright, so here's the donor car that I just picked up today. It was actually local to me. It was about 40 minutes away. My buddy Greg found it, sent me the link to it, and I shot up there today just to check it out to make sure everything was alright first. But everything looks really good in the front end, so it should be a real nice donor car for that. And then this one will just get cut up and scrapped because, as you'll see as in the walk around, it's pretty bad. So let's check that one out real quick. All right, up front, crash bar back. You can just, I scoped this thing out real well before I agreed to it, but the front end is real nice and straight. Nothing was clipped. It was just this whole side. I guess it went off-road, which, I mean, that's why the Mustangs are known for crowd surfing, but this one is also pre-crowd surfed. That's just the way I like to buy them, I guess. But this whole side is trashed, fender and everything. The hood, I can sell the inserts off of it. I'm going to use the hood hinges, which seem to be good for mine. But everything, all the aprons, everything up front is real nice. The fender just pushed up over, so I don't think there's any damage to the rails on that one. And that side over there is perfect, which I'll show you in a second. That fender is usable. There's no dings or dents or anything wrong with that fender over there. But I'm real happy with this front end. It should work out really good for me. But nothing usable. Quarter glass maybe, but I don't know if that's even worth taking out. This guy, I got it from, stripped everything inside already. So there's not really anything usable in there. I'll pull off the weather strip and anything that I could sell. Third brake light, maybe the rear glass, I'm not sure yet, but it was whacked pretty good. But the back end, I need that tail light, which is perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. Rear crash bar I can sell, and I need the plastic bracketry there that the bumper attaches to. Mine, whenever it was dented a little bit, got cracked up. So that one will work perfect for me. But just look, if you look on this side, the car looks perfect. So I'll be selling that door. I don't need that door. Has a good door glass. But I'm going to use this fender because it's perfect. And just coincidence, it happens to be the exact same color as mine. Same year, same color. It's a 17 with that pearl white. So I'll reuse this fender. So I just got to get a left-hand fender yet. And then a bumper. I have hoods. I have the lights, so I can pretty much start mocking up the front end once I get this off the trailer, which is going to be a little bit of a nightmare. Get it in there, put them side by side, so then I can really start examining both. Take this one apart, take the other one apart, put the two together, and we're good to go. We got the 2017 unloaded now. Not sure when I'm going to get around to it. I have a couple jobs to do in between. If you see my last video, the 65 fastback, I'm going to be working on that a little bit. But at least I got something that I can use and start going from there. I'm going to collect some more parts. But stay tuned for the next video on this one, maybe in a week or so. We'll be back on it once I clear out some room inside and I'm able to set them side by side so I can go one off the other to get everything right. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to turn on your post notifications, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.